that's the question I try to answer.
Okay.
Yeah, because the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? He is becoming ISIS's best recruiter.
So Hillary's running for a lot of reasons. One of them is because she wants to stay out of jail.
It was a question I asked myself starting on election night. Well, as I write in the book, midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight.
I remember.
The dark time of the soul. Midnight.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was asking it like you just said, what happened, you know? And I figured maybe I'd better try to find out, figure it out. So that's why I dove into this book. It was very painful and difficult, but at the end, I really feel like I've done my very best to lay out what happened so that it doesn't happen again.
There is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. Clearly intentional and willful mishandling of classified information. Vast quantities of information exposed in such a way as to support an inference of intentional misconduct, indications of disloyalty to the United States, efforts to obstruct justice. As a result, although the Department of Justice makes final decisions on matters like this, we are expressing to Justice our view that no charges are appropriate in this case.
What happened? You know?
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
You have a private email server as Secretary of State and scrub it, and I'm going to believe you.
What happened?
And you think the American public is that stupid?
The fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? I mean, that's my primary goal here, is so that it doesn't happen again. Well, you know, if they take up a collection and send me somewhere really nice,
Really?
I might consider it, but
Yeah.
well, you know, I am not going anywhere. Absolutely, completely. And it wasn't easy. I mean, it was painful. It was horrible reliving it and, you know, being as candid, open as I could be about the mistakes I made. What happened? You know, and talking about those, but also trying to come to grips, as I write in the book, about everything from sexism and misogyny to voter suppression, to the unusual behavior of the former director of the FBI. And
there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
The Russians. And the Russians, I believe so strongly that they think they succeeded in messing with our democracy. And I just can't abide that. So influencing voters and therefore influencing opinion, I think is becoming clearer and clearer.
Many cities are corrupt and voter fraud is very, very common. That have died 10 years ago are still voting. Illegal immigrants are voting. So many things are going on.
All forms of election irregularities, voter fraud, registration fraud, voter intimidation, suppression.
I don't know what the congressional investigations and I don't know what the special counsel investigation are going to find. I'm going to wait for that. But I don't think anybody can with a straight face say that the Russians did not set out to influence our election, and they did so. This latest revelation about the way they bought ads on Facebook and targeted them, we're going to find out a lot more. And I am saying as clearly as I can, I feel like I'm a bit of a Paula Revere. I'm trying to sound the alarm about this. You know, you got to understand what Putin's strategy is. He really doesn't like democracy. He thinks it's an inconvenient, messy process. And he doesn't like us. And he wants to destabilize our country, sow doubt about our democracy. I mean, these latest revelations where you had Russians pretending to be Americans, so you had fake Americans with fake news and fake stories and fake demonstrations. It wasn't just because he's bored and has nothing to do. He wants to undermine how we see each other, how we respect each other, how we support our institutions and our society. So I think that they believe they had a good outing in 2016, and I think they will be back in 2018 and 2020 unless we stop them. It's mostly about the role I played as Secretary of State, which he did morph into a grudge against me.
People are in jail right now for doing 5% of what she did, and the Democrats are not going to prosecute her, and it's frankly a disgrace, and you know it, and so do I, and so do these people right here. They know it.
What happened?